it is time to showcase my brand new desk setup. I'm taking it to the forest, walnut, kind of naturey vibes. This is the autonomous L-shaped smart desk. I had it since 2020 when I did the building the dream room video. It's not breaking a sweat to this day. This is a sit stand desk. It elevates either up or down. So whatever, if you want, you can stand up while working, sit it down. You can have up to 4 presets. So in my case, I only use 2. And if you plan on getting a desk and it's gonna be in the corner, the L shape is the way to go. It actually just flows a lot more smoother than just getting a standard desk. And you don't really see too many L-shaped desk setups on YouTube. That's added another layer of being unique, L-shape. Now, in terms of my chair, this is the Autonomous Ergo Chair Pro, and I must say this chair is pretty incredible. It is one of those mesh chairs, but let me tell you, once you go with a mesh chair, it's hard for you to go back to a traditional chair. It's like your back can breathe. The chair can go back, but not as far back as like a gaming chair. I wish it could do that. You do have lumbar support. The seat is pretty comfortable too as well. Now the armrest is a little tough for my liking, so I decided to purchase a memory foam armrest, and it makes a world of difference. Like, this memory foam makes it so much more comfortable. All in all, this chair is pretty dope, and you have different colors to choose from. Now, I'm gonna throw a link in the description to a discount code. This video isn't sponsored, but I do get a small commission if you guys decide to purchase anything from Autonomous. Now, with that out the way, I want to talk about my M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. This computer is an absolute beast. For example, I'm recording this video at 422 4K at 30. This is A7S III footage. You guys know how intensive that could be. The MacBook here can just handle it with no problems without breaking a sweat. It's actually insane how Apple brought back the ports such as MagSafe, the SD card slot, and even the HDMI. This is the best MacBook that I ever owned. It goes without saying. Now I pair that up with my Samsung T7 2TB SSD for more storage. So essentially I have 3 terabytes. So 2 terabytes for video editing and 1 terabyte for just using my MacBook. So I edit directly from the external SSD itself while keeping the 1 terabyte on my MacBook Pro. Now, believe it or not, I use my MacBook as a desktop sometimes by connecting it to my LG 38-inch ultra-wide monitor via Type-C, and essentially it's like an ultra-wide iMac. And this monitor makes sense for content creators. So if you edit in a video, you have that wide aspect ratio to see your entire timeline. And did I mention this is only utilizing 1 Type-C cable? So it's charging the MacBook, it provides data. On top of that, I connect another Type-C cable to the MacBook, and this is the USB hub. Now prior to this, Apple only had Thunderbolt ports, so having this setup, which I'm still gonna keep because you have USB-A and you have an additional SD card slot. It would have been nice to see Apple added in Ethernet to the new MacBooks, but nonetheless, this dongle also has it. This one here is from Cable Creations. Now, in order for you to mount up a USB hub to your desk, you will need to get a Type-C extension cable. So you gotta connect that extension cable to the MacBook, and then from the extension cable, you connect it to the USB hub, which of course, it goes without saying, my cable management is on point. Okay, so I have the cable tray from Autonomous. I have all my wires taped up, velcroed up, all that good stuff. I even have a spine to keep all the wires from dangling down. I use a Vivo desk mount, so it just kind of gives the illusion that the monitor is just floating. Very easy to set up, and it provides more underspace for things like this grovemade desk riser. This is pretty cool. Not only have the storage drawers, you also have a compartment to put things like an iPad. In this case, I have an iPad Pro 11-inch with the Magic Keyboard, and with the drawer you can store pens, paper clips. In this case, I store SD cards, SSDs. I even have my Amazon Echo Show 4 here, which makes for an amazing clock. I can see what packages that's coming in, and of course, to go along with the walnut theme, I have the walnut wallpaper. And alongside with that, I also have the grovemade MagSafe charger for the iPhone 12, 13, any iPhone that supports MagSafe. Now in terms of my peripherals, I'm also using the grovemade desk pad. It's insanely premium. It features a cork bottom, so prevent it from sliding around, and the top is this smooth. Of course, I'm using the Logitech MX keys as well as the MX Master 3. This is the absolute best computer mouse that I ever used in my life, and pairing it up with the MX keys makes it one heck of a combo. So each individual keys is concave, making it a little bit more soothing to type on. The battery life is pretty good. I would say it lasts for like a whole month, and it takes Type-C, so you don't have to worry about lightning here. Now on the other side, I have the Apple Magic Trackpad. Now I only use this for gestures. Sometimes using the trackpad is a little bit more intuitive than using the mouse, but when it comes down to video editing or content creation, I like to use the mouse. Now next to my monitor, I'm using my iPad Mini 6. Absolutely love this iPad. I'm using it right now as we speak, and it just fits with one hand. It fits in my pocket. You can use it for quickly taking down notes, signing documents, using the Apple Pencil, and go about your way. And what's standing it up is this walnut tablet stand that I found on Amazon for like $25. These are the Kanto desktop speakers. It supports Bluetooth and aux, and overall the design looks stunning. Now what's holding up the speakers are the Kanto speaker stands, and it gives the illusion that the speakers are floating. And right behind that, I have a couple of plants alongside my gigabit router. But you guys are probably wondering, how is the plants growing in the corner with no natural sunlight back there? The Nanoleafs. The Nanoleafs is actually growing the plants thanks to its light. Now these are the Nanoleafs wood. It's just one color, it's white, but you can change the light temperatures. But it depends on your setup. Maybe you're not into the RGB life, you just want something that's settled. This was gonna be your cup of tea. And right next to that, I have my YouTube 10,000 subscriber bronze play button. This isn't official, it's somebody from Etsy that sent it over. I appreciate him. But literally right next to that, I have my 100,000 subscriber official silver play button. This is the one that YouTube sends out once you hit 100,000 subscribers. Now underneath the silver play button, I have a Craft and Kin Reef diffuser. Now I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't make a big difference. Like, it's not gonna make the room smell that much better, but it just looks nice. But on the sidelines, I have an oil diffuser, and I also have a candle here too. It's Champagne Toast from Bed Bath & Body Works. Next to that, I have some books. 2022, I want to start reading some more books. So I have Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I also have The Perfect Day to Boss Up, a book from Ricky Rose. And throughout time, I'm going to get more books. I'm going to start reading them, just staying productive and just being educated more in 2022. So now shifting focus to the L side of the desk, I have this artwork from Grid Studio. It's a disassembled iPhone 4S, my first ever iPhone. So it goes over each part of the iPhone. So you have the speaker, the home button, you have a quote from the legend himself, Steve Jobs, and I have my signature there in collaboration with Grid. I throw a link in the description, not sponsored. They offer different kinds of disassembled products. And underneath that, I have another set of Nanoleafs. So this is just the original triangle ones. This one could be better because you have more app functionality. So in this case, I downloaded an app on my PC where it can sync whatever's showing on my computer screen. It can just take the dominant color and splash it onto those Nanoleafs, just creating that ambiance. And these lights are so bright for maybe doing regular conference calls, to the point where you're not gonna need another studio light next to it because it's just gonna bright up the whole entire room. Then underneath that, we have my first ever custom built gaming PC. This PC is pretty freaking powerful. This is featuring the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X CPU. They have two cards here, 16 gigabytes of RAM, which makes up 32 gigabytes. But then I also have some dummy RAM sticks too as well, just to fill in the empty spots. I have 9 fans installed to keep this system cool, and then topping that off with the RTX 3090 graphics card. I cannot believe it's almost about to be 1 year since I built this PC, and even topping that off, my silver play button, having it for a year now. Time is really flying. But if you guys want to see the entire building procedure, I throw a link in the description. As a first PC build, this is definitely overkill, but I'm not regretting it, not one bit. It can run Crysis. You know, come to think about it, I might actually have the world's most powerful desk setup right now on YouTube. Now, yes, it's a new year. AMD came out with some new CPUs that's coming out later in the year. Who knows what Apple is going to do with the M2. And to go alongside with the powerful PC, you got to have a good monitor. This is the LG Ultra Gear 4K 144Hz monitor. You need something that's going to showcase 4K, have the right frames. Now I have the same exact Vivo desk mount found on the 38-inch ultra wide monitor, and as you guys can see, it just looked like the monitor is floating, so it gives it a more futuristic look and it allows for space underneath it. So underneath it I placed these PlayStation buttons from GeekMade Customs. Looks really nice, it fits well. And then literally right next to that I have the Xbox headset stand, also created from GeekMade Custom. Fun fact, Xbox sent me that headset alongside engraving my name on the stand. Yeah, and it just matches along well with the setup. Now in terms of my gaming PC peripherals, I'm using the Logitech G604 Light Speed. This is basically similar to the MX Master 3, but just in a game and mouse form. The ergonomics is out of this world. It just fits the palm of your hands. And then next to that, I have the Keycon K2. This is a mechanical keyboard, brown switches. Just something about typing on a mechanical keyboard is so satisfying when you press each key, especially when you're typing fast. You can swap out the keycaps, find something that's more personal to you and personalize it to your liking. Now, behind the monitor, I tend to have mounts. So I have a camera mount. So this very camera that you guys are seeing right now, I use this to stream. And speaking of streaming, this is my mic. So this is the Shure SM7B. This is an insanely popular mic. You might seen it before on podcasts and talk shows and stuff. It is an expensive mic and you will need additional equipment in order for it to work, such as an audio interface, and you're gonna need XLR cables. So my audio interface is the Scarlett. I didn't really want this to be a mess, having wires connected to the interface and having everything all over the place. So what I decided to do is I mounted up under my desk using a Velcro strip. And then right next to that, I have the cloud lifter. This is going to enhance the vocals. So overall, it's just a setup when you set up the SM7B, but it's 110% worth it. Trust me. And just a quick side note, when I filmed my room tour video, I forgot to show you guys my thermostat. This is a smart thermostat from Nest, and essentially you can control it using your Apple Watch, using your iPad, your Apple TV, or you can even ask. Yeah, so I forgot to mention that to you guys on that video. It's too late now, of course. And that is basically it. This is the world's most powerful desk setup right now at the time of this recording. I hope you guys found this one helpful or inspirational. If it did, I'd appreciate it with a thumbs up. Help me out tremendously. Comment down below what you guys think, and make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this one. And also feel free to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at simplypops. Until next time, guys, have a simple day. Peace.